You're gonna love her, Madelein Smith.
I'm so excited. Ooh, I'm so excited. I can see what Kelsey Claire is talking about. That's very loud. I'm so excited to be here. This is amazing. I finally made it into the library circuit, which I've been doing stand-up for 5 long years, and finally, my mom is so proud. My mom is a children's librarian. What do you guys think about that? Cool, right? Okay, that's a little more applause for my mom than for me, which is offensive. I will be leaving now, thank you. No, my mom said she was coming, but I don't see, is she, Mary Jo? Mary Jo? Okay. Just like my birth, no, just kidding. That'd be weird if she wasn't there for that, right? That wouldn't make sense. No, I think she has the flu, and it's your fault. So thanks a lot, guys, thanks a lot. Libraries are a wonderful place, but like I said, my mom's a children's librarian, so she has to deal with children, so she has the flu most days of the year. Have you guys ever spent time with a child, seen a child before in your life? Walked down the street and seen a child? They're disgusting. And I don't mean that to be mean. I think if you have a kid, good for you. That's amazing. I spent a lot of years working as a nanny because I have a theater degree. And they weren't hiring at the theater factory. So I worked as a nanny for a long time, which is great. You know, I spent a lot of time growing up seeing my mom run the, you know, what do children's librarians do? Take children hostage? No, I don't know. Do we have any children's librarians here tonight? Is the children's librarian from this library here, or is that you? Oh, teens. Oh, they're gross too. So you're just sticky. They're sticky. Yeah, stay away. They're gross. But I'm glad that you're here. Thank you for being here. This is an amazing event. Children's librarians do, you know, they have story time. They teach the children things. Very nice. And I was like, you know what? I want to be a performer and be famous. But I think first I'll just be a nanny and like let my dreams die. So I worked as a nanny for 5 years, and I really liked it. It was really fun, but I noticed working with small children that they're insane. Like their brains are completely insane. Like I was babysitting a little 2-year-old, and I don't know if you guys have ever heard a 2-year-old talk, but their brains don't work. So he was really into telling me knock-knock jokes, which was bizarre. And one of his knock-knock jokes that he would always tell me was, he would be like in the dark, supposed to be taking a nap, so already terrifying. And then he would pop up next to my face, more terrifying, and he would say, Madelein, do you want to hear a knock-knock joke? And I was like, sure. And then he would say, knock, knock, and I would say, who's there? And then he would say, very close to my face, in the dark, teeth. I was like, call the police! I was like, oh, cool, Finn, okay, teeth who? And then the last time he told this joke to me, he licked his finger. He was like, and then he did this to my cheek. Because children are the devil. So he said, teeth? He went, and then he said, orange you glad? Wait, there's more. I guess it gets better. He says, orange you glad? I didn't say Madelein. And I was like, my time on this earth is done. I shouldn't have gone to SUNY Fredonia. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Any Fredonia grads here? Keith, what's up? Anyway. That was just our moment. You're doing well in life, I see. You have a beard? Great. Wonderful. I love you, Keith. I love you. He's very supportive of me. On my last day as a nanny, I was actually really sad because, you know, when you're a nanny, you spend a lot of time with the kids, and I really love them, and I was like, I have to go pursue my dream of being a cruise ship comedian. Like, they were like, your dream seems lame. Like, I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. It's really cool. But I was like, I'm moving to New York City, leaving Rochester, pursuing my dream. I'm really gonna miss you guys. And we were hugging, and I was like, oh, I love you guys so much. I was like crying. And as I was crying, the older girl, the 4-year-old, she started rubbing my legs like a lot. And she was going, because as I said, these children were the spawn of Satan. And she was rubbing my legs. And then she looked at me and she said, nice and hairy. And then she said, just like Daddy. I was like, oh no! No! I kicked her in the head. I was like, no! Don't say I'm not a 45-year-old man. I don't shave my legs really anymore, though, and I'm sorry, but, you know, I mean, this is Ithaca, so no one does, right? Do people shave here? No. Do you? Does anyone? Good for you. But you do have dreads, though, still, right? And you're wearing, like, a scarf around your head, or no? Okay, so you're still eating granola? Okay. Glad we're on the same page. This is a cool town, though. Very organic, very organic. Everything is organic. We went to Gorgers. All organic, I'm sure. Do you guys like that taco place? It's really good, right? Sorry, I'm getting off track. Let's talk about my very hairy legs. I stopped shaving my legs because, you know, Susan B. Anthony, Elizabeth Cady Stanton, Harriet Tubman, I don't know. I stopped shaving my legs kind of because I got married. And I don't know if there's any married couples here, but it's great. I love being married. It's so great. You can just be your true self, and someone is legally obligated to love you. Contractually, they must love you. So I stopped shaving my legs. And and I think it's working out pretty well. But I you know, it's funny because I'm married to a very cool dude. He's very into equality, and he's like at the Women's March, and he's like, I agree, but also I'll be silent. And I'm like, good. Don't speak unless spoken to. So he's super cool, but I've been, you know, this is a women in art thing. We're talking about female comedians, and sometimes I forget. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. And they were like, the Women's March? Don't talk about that. Sometimes I forget that not everyone is like cool like that, because this past week, I went out to the Midwest to do college gigs. Did a lot of college shows, and that's a cool thing to do if you hate yourself. Because the Midwest is not always as liberal as me. So, and I was traveling with another male comic, you know, which was great. He had a lot of thoughts. He had a lot of opinions. And he felt the need to share them. And on our first night together, in the same hotel room, being a comedian is great. Anyway, he goes, you know, if I was your husband, I wouldn't have allowed you to go on the road with a man. And I was like, cool. I was like, if I was your wife, I would have thrown myself into a vat of acid. Thank you. I love you in the back. You're like laying down. You're like, you tell him. Don't let the patriarchy keep you down. Thank you. And then we didn't talk for the rest of the week, so it was great. I made sure that for the rest of the week he addressed me as mother. I didn't want him getting any ideas. I do really like to be married, though. I think it's cool. Do we have married couples here tonight at all, or? Oh no, I'm sorry. You raised your hand like in the saddest of ways, you know. Are you okay? Okay, just blink if you need to escape. Is it? You guys are married? You two there? Oh, nice. How long have you been married? You don't know. Okay. You were drunk that day? Okay. Since June. Okay, so that's pretty short. But it's working out? Still making eye contact? Oh, you got a baby? Oh, that's awesome. Wait, what happened? Wait, what? Were you sinning before were you living in sin? Oh my God, leave this town. Leave Tompkins County. No, just kidding. That's awesome. I'm so happy for you. I don't know you, but I'm happy for you. That's really awesome. I like to be married. I think it's pretty cool. You guys seem like you like each other. That's cool. It's maybe questionable, but I like it because I think it's good to have a best friend. It's good to have a buddy system in place. Like, for example, I was talking about it being a strong, independent woman, but I don't know what to do. Sorry, that's kind of loud. I don't know what to do when a car breaks down, and I know as a strong, independent woman, I should just rip the tire off with my teeth. As we discussed, Susan B. Anthony would have done. But I don't know how to do that. And my car broke down. I was doing a gig up by a place near Buffalo called North Tonawanda. Do we have any? You nodded in like a scared, are you scared? I don't want to be rude about the town at all. It just seemed like a place where there would be a lot of juggalos and meth. It seemed like a meth factory, but I was having a great time, having a wonderful time there, and my car sadly broke down in North Tonawanda, which was not a great place for a car to break down. But thankfully, you guys, in my car was my husband and two of his friends, and they were all drunk. Drunk, straight men, the most helpful of men. The most confident of men. Oh, so confident. And they were like, Madelein, listen. Listen, babe. Don't worry about it. We learned about this in man school, okay? I have a degree in this, okay? They were like, it's your battery, it's your alternator, it's your carburetor. You know what? I'm just gonna stick my penis in it. Don't worry, I think that'll fix it. I think that'll fix it. And they were like, Madelein, don't worry, just put it into neutral. Just put it into neutral and we'll push it. So I put it into neutral and they pushed it into another person's car. I love men. I love them. I got the car towed because it was a little messed up. I got it towed. And I found that for me, conversely from straight men, when I go into a car repair shop, I really set our gender back. And I'm sorry to you specifically. You seem like a wise woman, and I'm sorry. I set our gender back. I'm so sorry. But I don't want to pay money for things. Ever get that feeling where you're like, oh, I just did a show and they paid me in a drink ticket, you know? Will this drink ticket cover it? Like, I went to college for theater and creative writing. I have a lot to offer. So they said, Madelein, it's going to be $700. And I was like, oh, okay, $700. That's cool. Because this car is worth $30. Or seems reasonable. So I became like a 1940s housewife. I don't know if any ladies have ever done this before. Probably not. But I didn't want to pay, so I was like, oh, well, shucks, boys. Well, I don't know much about automobiles, you see. Well, all I know about is baking pies and love making with my mouth. They were like, ma'am, put your mouth away. Nobody in this Pep Boys asked for that, you know? What's wrong with you, lady? But they knocked it down for me. It was great. I do 2 more things. Is that good? Okay, sorry. Just don't want to upset the librarians. My husband and I, as we said, we recently moved to New York City, which is a great place to be if you're a psychopath. It's like full of psychopaths, right? And when I first moved there, I was doing comedy, and I had all these savings that I used up in a day, because that's kind of how it goes there. So I was really broke. I was doing comedy. I was walking around, and I was like, I'll just walk around during the day. So I was walking around, listening to people, being entertained by crazy people, and I was walking down Fifth Avenue, and I heard this guy right next to me say something so bold, just so bold. He said, I probably wouldn't eat cat meat. And I was like, excuse me? And then he goes, but I would definitely eat dog meat. And then he walked away with the confidence of a scholar, He's like, that wasn't weird, see you later. And I felt like that experience just really summed up the city of New York, It was like, this is New York City. It's a great place. And I love living there. It's great for comedy. There's a great comedy scene, but it's very expensive, and you can only live in like a very small apartment. So I'm pretty used to that, though. My husband and I have always lived in small apartments, and our old apartment that we used to live in, it was very, very small, but it had like a fitness center in the basement. And my husband was like, oh, great, there's a fitness center. You don't have to go to the gym anymore. You can get rid of your gym membership. But I was like, no, I can't, because at the gym is Zumba. Have any ladies in here done Zumba before, right? Yeah, me and you. It's like Latin grooves for like middle-aged white women, right? You're like, we're a part of this. Yeah, it's cool, right? It's weird. It's a weird class. It's a weird cardio class. And I used to go to Zumba in a very affluent suburb of Rochester. And the Zumba teacher would always be like, ladies, number 1 rule of Zumba. What happens at Zumba? Or what stays at Zumba? And I was like, what is gonna happen? What could possibly happen at Zumba? Like, are we gonna kill a man? Because that's cool. I'll do it. But I don't think it's gonna stay at Zumba. I feel like word will spread around the greater Western New York region, Especially since the exercise room had like a glass door. They'd be like walking by, giving a tour. They're like, here's Zumba. Oh, looks like they've beheaded a man. Anyway, come to this gym. It's great here. I also think it'd be such a horrible Zumba surprise for the 3 Chinese women in the class who didn't speak English, Like they come in, we like lock the door, we dim the lights, we're like, today's the day. Welcome to America. This is how we exercise. Be like, rich white women are insane. Be like, it's true. It's true. Okay, my last thing I was gonna do was I was gonna talk to you guys about 2 female pop stars that I love. The first one being Beyonce. What do you guys think? Yeah? Our Lord and Savior? Okay. Perfect. Beyonce, love her. In 2018, I want to be more like Beyonce. You know, I want to be the ruler of my own destiny. So I was watching old Beyonce videos. And in this one video, she's riding in the car with her husband, Jay-Z. And she turns to him and she goes, "Pull over, Jay. I gotta dance." Which is a strange request. I don't know if you guys have ever been in the car and been like, "I gotta dance right now. Stop the car." But I was thinking I want to be just like that. You know, I want to be riding in the car with my husband and turn to him and be like, "Pull over, Philip." He's a white man. I gotta dance. And then I would just like dance wildly across the New Jersey Turnpike. I would be immediately killed. And then I would become the next Beyonce. So that's my 5-year plan. The last thing I'll do, I'll leave you guys with this. And you guys have been amazing, and I'm so happy that you're all here. Like, seriously, thank you so much. This is bizarre for a library, but like, perfect. Like, everything I ever wanted. So thank you so, so much for coming out, supporting women in the arts. Thank you to the librarians and the people who organized this event. This is super awesome. The last thing I was going to say before I go is we were talking about female pop stars. Another one that I really like is Nicki Minaj. I didn't see you were there. And then you had that, and now we're married. You love Nicki Minaj? Okay, me too. She's inappropriate though, right? She's like dirty. Like, we can't really talk about her in a library, but like if you guys have ever seen like a butt before, then you've seen her album cover, right? That's pretty much it. So I love Nicki Minaj too. I love her a lot. And I want to share Nicki Minaj with everyone in my life. I want to share her with my grandma, but she's not really grandma appropriate. So I thought the way that I would share Nicki Minaj with my grandma was I was going to cover Nicki Minaj's raps, but as Julie Andrews. Mary Poppins. Sound of Music. We're all on the same page? Okay, cool. And I'm going to do a little for you now before I go. And I'm trying to stay away from that because it's really loud. So are you guys okay? I'll do it in a quiet and respectful way in the library. But going to do it. Super bass, the beginning, is covered by Julie Andrews. And as I have mentioned many times, I went to college for musical theater from SUNY Fredonia. So this is $60,000 that my parents and grandparents deeply regret. Deeply. As you can see by the fact that my mom isn't here. Okay. This one is for the boys with the booming system. Top-down AC with the cooling system. When he come up in the club, he be blazing up. He got stacks on deck like he saving up. And he ill, he real, he might cut a deal. He pop bottles and he got the right kind of bill. Too cold, he dope. He might sell coke. He always in the air. Wait, there's more. Wait. Sorry, I took too long of a pause. He always in the air. But he never fly coach. He a motherfucking trip, sail on the ship, won't even get drip, kiss him on the lip. Oh, that's the kind of dude I was looking for. And yes, you get smacked if you're looking, ho. Thank you, I'm Julie Andrews and Madelein Smith. Thank you, guys.